morning to you. Then can you hear me? Tama wahenawada. Has you can hear? Ko ehena babala. Right. Good. Now yes, very good. Now last week we couldn't conduct our class because it was the day after Vesak full moon Poya day. Now, but the previous week we did the lesson and we started unit number 5. It is about tomorrow. Then another word for tomorrow, and you found very interesting lessons in this unit, a second chance called tomorrow. Then after that, I gave you the meaning of the dialogue. Then also we did the description about 100 meters race. Then after completing those lessons, I asked you to complete activities from 6 onwards, 5 onwards, from activity number 5 onwards. පස්වෙනි activity එකේ ඉඳලා ඉදිරියට ඔය පුතාලට කරගෙන එන්න කියලා කිව්වා. කිව්වද නැද්ද? Then I have asked you to do these ones. Now let's get question number 5. From activity number 5 onwards. Now has Sebastian done those ones? Has Sebastian done those ones? Right, very good. Then you have to write the questions and the answers. Not the questions, but questions with answers. Now I am going to write it. Now that is activity 5. Those who haven't written, please get the chance to write answers while I am writing them on the board. Read the extract from the story 100 meters. Activity 5. Read the extract. And answer the questions. Now you find who disappeared among the crowd. Right. Now then I am going to unmute the microphones. Then you have to give the answers. Are you ready? What's the first question?
Who disappeared among the crowd?
Yes, who disappeared among the crowd? What's the answer?
Sports teacher.
The sports teacher. Very good. Well done. The sports teacher. That is the correct answer. And the other one, what had Mudalihami heard about the city boys?
They are little bit arrogant.
Yes, they were little bit arrogant. What had Mudalihami heard? Then you find they were little bit arrogant. And the other one, what was Mudalihami's event?
Under
Under
1300
1300 meters.
Very good. Under 1300 meters. Under 1300 meters. And the other one, who pinned the number on Mudalihami's vest?
The sports teacher.
The sports teacher. Very good. Well done. The sports teacher. And the next one. Why did Mudalihami later think that the city boys were good?
Because they came to Mudalihami and wished and shake.
Right, very good. Because they came Mudalihami and congratulated him. Congratulated. Then why did Mudalihami later think that the city boys were good? Because when the question starts with why, mostly you find the answer must be started with because. Not all the times, but many times you have to use because. Why did Mudalihami later think that the city boys were good? Because they came to Mudalihami and congratulated him. After the race. Right, now those are the answers, possible answers that you have to find. Then you have to put marks out of 5. Then has suppose you got 5 marks out of 5. Did you find 5 marks? Right, very good, well done. You have got 5 marks. Now, if you want to ask questions, you can ask. Now, the next one, activity number 6. In activity number 6 and 7, you find the synonyms and antonyms. Now, has suppose showed an activity 6 and 7. All right, good. There also, I am going to write them on the board. Then while I am writing, then you can complete. Those who haven't done, you have to complete those things. Then you have to write these words first. That is activity 6. Find synonyms for the following words. Then again, I'm going to unmute your microphones. Yes, now you are able to switch on your microphones. Are you ready? Then what is the first one? Big. Synonyms.
Large.
Large. Very good. Big should be large. That is the synonym. And the other one, proud.
Arrogant.
Arrogant.
Arrogant. Fastening.
Dining.
Fastening.
Dining.
Fastening.
Hurry up.
Mhm. Now you say that fast That is the opposite word of slow. That is not this fast. Fast, fasting,
Spinning.
Spinning.
fasting.
Spinning. Spinning.
Pinning is the correct one. Very good. Pinning. Pinning. Now you have to get the pin and you have to put that pin in order to fix the number. Now that is pinning. Then fasting is also the same. That is not the fast like this fast. Then you have to use the, then sometimes you say, I am fastening the fence around the garden. Fastening the fence. Now you have to put the post and cobweb and wires, and you have to do all those things. Now then you have to say that is pinning or fastening. Barbed wire, I forgot it. Then barbed wire means, what's meant by barbed wire? Then you get barbed wire and you have to fasten the fence. Now the same thing is there, pinning, pinning. Now the next one, frightened,
Scared.
scared, scared. And the other one, mark,
Stain.
stain. Stain is the correct one. Stain. Now there was a stain on the front of that vest of Mudaliham. Then that is mark. Wrong,
Mistake.
Mistaken.
mistaken, or mistake. Mistake. Right. Good, good. Then you have to put marks out of 6. Has Abhishek got 6 marks out of 6? Right. Very good. Well done. Now the next part. There you find activity 7. Find antonyms for the following words. There you have to use the antonyms. You have to write these words. Activity 7. Find antonyms for the following words. Yes, what are the words here? Antonyms. Back,
Front.
front. Very good. Front. Back is here and this is the front. Loose,
Win.
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 Very good. Loose,
Sir,
win.
front කියන තැන තියෙනවද?
Yes, පුතා?
front කියන තැන sir FRON විතරයි sir ලියලා තියෙන්නේ.
Ah, very sorry. Thank you very much for showing it to me. Front. Thank you, thank you. And the other one, slower,
Faster.
faster. Very good. That is faster. Next one, start,
End.
Finish.
end.
End.
End. Very good. Harshly,
Gently.
gently. Very good. That is gently. Now the teacher in charge of sports gently stroked his head. That is not harshly. That is gently. Now the next one, sadness,
Happily.
happiness. Sadness, when sadness
Oh.
comes, the opposite word should be happiness.
Sir.
Yes, Pata?
Loss එකට sir one එන්න බැයිද?
Which one?
Second one.
Ah, right. Here you find lose. Lose, win. Then you can say won if this was there lost. If it was lost, you could write won. Is it clear for you? Is it clear?
Sir passage එකේ sir
Yes.
passage එකේ තියෙන නේම ගන්න කියලා තිබ්බ හින්දා මම ගත්තේ.
Aha. But you have to adjust the words in order to get the correct tense. Now here you find lose, then you have to write win. It is clear, I think. Is it clear then? හරිද
Yes,
පුතේ
sir.
පැහැදිලිද? හරි. පුතාට උනේ ඔයා ඡේදෙ තිබිච්ච වචනේ one කියලා කෙලින්ම මෙතෙන්ට දැම්මා. ඒක හරි පුතේ. නමුත් මෙතන තියෙන්නේ lose කියලානේ. Therefore you have to find the word win. Right. Good, good. ඒක අඩුපාඩුව නිවැරදි කරගන්න පුතා. Then Hesabus got full marks. Hesabus got 6 marks out of 6. Right. Very good, very good. Well done. Then 5 marks. You got 5 marks. All right. Good. Now the next one, that is activity 8. I asked you to do activity 8 also. In activity 8, you find Mudalihami comes back to school after winning the 100 meters race. Imagine you are his friends and write down the questions that you want to ask him about the competition on pieces of papers and put them in a box. Now, it is not done here. Now, at school, you can write the questions in pieces of papers and put them into a box. Here, you don't want to put these questions into a box. Now, here, you are there individually. Then you have to give the questions that you asked Mudalihami about his winning. Now, you may use the question words where, who, when, which, why. Now, these are the question words that you have to use. We call them the WH question words. We call them WH question words. Then I am going to write the WH question words first. Where? The other one, who? Next one, when? Next one, which? The other one, why? Here are the WH questions that you have to ask. Now, this one is activity 8. In activity 8, you don't want to write the instructions. Now, the example is here. Where was the competition held? Where was the competition held? Then where is okay? Then you have to make the other questions that you would ask from Mudalihami about his event. Then what are the questions that you have made?
Who took you to the competition?
Very good. Who took you to the competition? Who took you to the competition? Then who
Who
is?
ran with him?
Yes.
Who ran with
Which event did you participate in?
Which event did you participate in? Right. Now that is correct. It is correct. Which event did you participate in? But in the question you find, Mudalihami comes back to school after winning the 100 meters race. Then there you have put that, which event did you participate in? That is number 2. Which event did you participate in? Now,
When was it held?
yes.
When was it held?
When was it held? Very good. Number 3 should be, when was it held? When?
Did you wear to run the race?
Yes.
What did you wear to run the race?
Right. Very good. What did you wear to run the race? That means their friends might have thought that Mudalihami ran the race wearing a sarong. Now, therefore, they asked this question. What did you wear to run the race? What did you wear to run the race?
Who won the second place?
Yes, very good. Then you can ask these questions. Who won the second place? Who won the third place? Who won the fourth? No, that's enough. Who won the second
I
place and
don't
who
do
won the
wear shoes
third
with
place?
spike.
Who
How
won
many
the
schools?
second place? What are
Why
the other
don't you
questions?
wear shoes with spikes?
Yes.
Why don't
How
you
many
wear
schools?
shoes with spikes?
It is not clear, Puta. Again, ask the question.
Why don't you wear spikes with shoes it is spike.
Why did you wear? Then you have to write it in the past tense. Why did you wear the shoes with spikes? Number 6. Why didn't you wear the shoes with spikes? The shoes with spikes. Why didn't you wear the shoes with spikes? උල්ලුල්
How
හයි
did
කරපු
the
සපත්තු ඒවා දැම්මේ
others
නැත්තේ.
cheers you?
Yes.
How did the others cheers you?
How did the others cheer you? That is not cheers. Now you have to use the correct grammatical structures. How did the others cheer you? Others cheer you. Number 7. How did the others cheer you? What are the other questions?
Why was you look scared?
Yes.
Why was you look scared?
Why were you, why
Why was you look scared?
were, that should be were. Then you can say, why were you scared? Like that. You can say, why were you scared? Why were you scared? Scared. Right. Good. Yes. What else?
You eat
How
ice
many
cream at the playground?
Again, Puta.
Did you eat ice cream at the playground?
Right. Yes. You can ask those questions. Did you eat ice creams? Now here you have to use the WH question words. That is why I didn't tell you to write other questions. තවත් විදිහකට ප්‍රශ්න අහුව හැකි නැතුව නෙමෙයි. Now that's a very good question. Why did you eat ice cream at the playground? Right. Good. Yes. Now those are the
Did you
yes.
came back home? When
Yes.
did you came back home?
That is wrong. When did you came? You can't put came with did. Then how can you say? When did you come back home? Did nan did, ed nan ed. Did දෙකක් බෑ. Came is a past form. Then you have to say come. When did you come back home? Right. Good. Now
Did
those
the
are the
city
questions.
boys talk with you?
Yes.
Did the city boys talk with you?
Did the city boys talk with you? Right. Very good. Did the city boys talk with you? නගරේ කොල්ලෝ යත් එක්කලා කතා එහෙම කළාද? Right. Very good. Those are the questions that you can ask. And what else? හරි පුතේ අඩුපාඩුවක් තියෙනවා නම් මම පැහැදිලි කරලා දෙනවනේ. What are the other questions that you have to ask from Mudaliham? Right. It's enough then. Now we have made 8 questions. Then you can say, did you speak with the boys? Did you speak with the city boys? Did you speak with the city boys? And what else? Did you eat ice cream at the playground? Did you eat ice cream at the playground? Right. Now those are the questions that you have to ask. Then after that, I asked you to do workbook activities. Now take the workbooks, please. Take the workbook. In your workbooks, I asked you to do activity 1, 2, 3, 4. Take these questions. Activity 1, 2, 3, 4. Has the show done? Workbook activities. Right. Very good. Now here is activity 1. Now, did you write those questions? In activity 1, you find study the different ways of expressing future events and actions given in your book. Write 5 sentences describing your plans for next week. Then you have to say about your plans. Now it is in future. But to describe the actions in future, you can use different forms of sentences. You can use future simple tense. And you can use present continuous tense. You also can use future continuous tense. You can use present simple tense. At the same time, you are asked to use going to form, going to form, going to. We are going to, like that. Then what are your future plans? Now give me the sentences that you have written. Now I think I gave you this activity before the Vesak festival. Then it is very clear. Then you can say like this. We are going to celebrate Vesak festival next week. Then here you find the events next week. Then I am going to give you that example as the first one. That is activity 1. Activity 1. We are going to celebrate the Vesak festival next week. We are going to celebrate the Vesak festival next week. Then what are the other sentences that you have written? Haripati, Kyanda.
I'm
Yes,
going to finish my homework.
I am going to complete my homework. Right, very good. I am going to complete my homework next week. What are the other sentences? Now we have taken going 2 sentences for going to form. And what are the other ones that you have to use?
I'm going to supermarket to buy essential things next week.
I am going to
Supermarket to buy essential things.
right. Very good. Well done. Then you can say, I will go to the supermarket to buy essential things next week. Now, next week, the country will be open and you are able to go to the city. And that is why you say, I will go to the supermarket to buy essential things. I will go to the supermarket to buy essential things. Very good, well done. Then you used going to form. The other one will. And what are the other ones? Present simple tense. Now you can use present simple tense to describe future events. Yes. Switch on your microphones. What are the other ones? Give the other sentences.
I will be visiting temple next week.
Very good. I will be visiting. Very good. Well done. I will be visiting the temples next week. Now here you have used future continuous tense. Very good. Well done. Now we have used going to form and future simple tense. Now this one is future continuous tense. And what are the other ones?
I ride my bicycle next week.
I ride my bicycle next week. Very good. Well done. That is number 5. I ride my bicycle next week. Then here you find I ride my bicycle. Ride is a verb, that is a present verb. I ride my bicycle. Now it is in present simple tense, but you have to describe future events using present simple tense. Very good. Well done. Then give me a sentence in present continuous tense. present continuous tense. Yes. Yes, Buddha. Another one. Right. Good, good, good. Then you can say, we are swimming in the sea next week. That is, you are using present continuous tense, but it is to describe future events. Very good. It's enough then. Now that is activity 1. Now let's get activity 2 in your workbooks. Then again, I am going to unmute your mic. Sorry, again, I am going to mute your microphones. While I am writing the questions on the board, you have to complete it. Activity 2. Activity 2 is here. Now this is from the workbook. Right. Then I am going to unmute your microphones. Then you have to give the questions. Now you must make questions in order to get the underlined word or phrase as the answer. Ganesh went to the Kovil yesterday. Now here's the answer. Then what is the question?
Who went to Kovil yesterday?
Very good. Well done. Who went to the Kovil yesterday? Who went to the Kovil yesterday? Now there is a question. Now the next one, I kept it on the table. On the table should be the answer. Then what's the question?
Where did you keep that?
Very good. Where did you keep it?
Sir, where do you kept it කියලා කිව්වොත්?
හොඳ ප්‍රශ්නයක් පුතේ. පුතා අහන්නේ where do you
Kept it.
ඒක පුතේ වෙන්න බැරි මේකනේ. Then here you find I kept. අන්න ඒ වගේ නොදන්න තේරුම් ගන්න බැරි දේවල් අහන්න. I kept it on the table. Kept is a past tense verb. Kept කියන එක අතීත කාල ක්‍රියාපදයක්නේ. එහෙනම් ප්‍රශ්නේ අහන්න ඕනේ අතීත කාලෙන්නේ. Now you can't use do. Do පාවිච්චි කරන්න බෑ පුතාලා. Past tense වලට අදාළ ප්‍රශ්න අහද්දි. හරිනේ. එතකොට then you have to use only did. Did කියන එක විතරයි පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ. Where did you keep it? අනිත් එක දැන් ඔය පුතාලා බලයි. මං it කියන එක මෙතන ලියන්න ඕනේ. Where did you keep it? I kept it on the table. Now sometimes you find a question like this. මෙන්න මේ වගේ සමහරලාට ඔය පුතාලට හිතෙනවා. එහෙනම් අපේ සර් එහෙනම් මේක කිව්වේ මේක keep කියන්නේ present tense. එහෙනම් ඒක kept වෙන්න එපා. එහෙම වෙන්න බෑ. බැරියයි. Now I have taught you a sentence like this. Did nan didda, idi nan idi. ඔය did didi දෙකක් තියාගන්න බෑ. චණ්ඩි වාක්‍යයක් කියලා දුන්නානේ. ඒ වගේ චණ්ඩි වාක්‍ය පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. Therefore, when you use did, you have to use keep here. You can't use kept. Did nan did, idi nan idi, did didi දෙකක් බෑ. Is it clear for you? පැහැදිලිද පුතේ?
Yes, sir.
Right. Very good. Very good. Now that is the way of these online classes. කවුරු කොහොම කිව්වත් පුතාලා ඉගෙන ගන්න දරුවෙක් ආසාව තියෙන දරුවෙකුට online classes ගැලපෙනවා. දැන් ඉතින් කවුට හරි කියනවනම් ඒකේ කොහොමද ඉගෙන ගන්නේ ගුරුවරයාගෙන් ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න පුළුවන්ද ගුරුවර? They are wrong things. They are wrong. Now the online classes are there. Then there may be some shortcomings, but in this situation, the online classes are the best thing in order to teach and learn. Good. And the other one, because I am tired. I am
Why
tired.
are you going to bed early?
Yes.
Why are you going to bed early?
Very good. Why are you going to bed early? Why are you going to bed early? Because I am tired. Because I am tired. Very good. Well done. And the other one, he's an accountant.
What is his job?
What is his job? That's correct. Now, in short, you can say, what is he? What is he? That's enough. What is he? Then grammar දන්නේ නැති කෙනෙක්ගේ තේරුම what is he කිව්වහම ඔහු මොකද්ද? No, that is not the meaning. Now here there you find the job. What is he? What is his job? It is correct. Now in short you can say what is he? He is an accountant. Now the next one. I will go to the post office tomorrow. Now tomorrow is the answer.
When do you go to the post office?
Mhm.
When
Yes.
will you,
Yes.
when will you go to the post office?
Very good. Well done. When will you go to the post office? When will you go to the post office? දැක්කනේද පුතේ එතෙන්ද do ගන්න බෑ. Future tense මේකනේ තියෙන්නේ I will go to the post office tomorrow. Tomorrow කියන එක අනාගත කාලේ තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. Then you have to use these helping verbs in order to make questions. When will you go to the post office? I will go to the post office tomorrow. Then you have to put marks out of 5. Now has supposed got 5 marks out of 5. Get repeating. Right. Good, good. 4 marks. 4 marks are right. They are so very good, very good, very good. Well done. 3 marks. Right. Good, good. Then you have to complete the other questions. I asked you to do activity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then in question number 3 also you find, think of an event or exhibition that you were participated. Write a paragraph describing the experience. Now sometimes you go to visit the exhibitions. Now think of the exhibition at your school, ENCO. Now you have to think of that exhibition. Then like that, you have to write a description. You may include the following: where the event or exhibition was held. And the other one, who you went with whom did you go there, when the event or exhibition was held. Now the time duration or the month and the date. Things you saw. What are the things that you saw there? How you felt. Feel. දැනෙන විදිය. ඒක දැනෙච්ච විදිය. Then has the have written that description. Has the have written. Right. Some of you have written right. Good, good, good. Then I will mark it or I will discuss it next day, because today we have to go to a very nice question today. Very nice lesson today. Now before that, then didn't you answer those questions? Now in the same question, activity 9. Now get activity 9 there. In activity 9 you find, imagine one of you is Mudaliham. Take the questions one by one and answer the questions. Now take the questions one by one. එකින් එක ප්‍රශ්න ගන්න අරගෙන ඒවට උත්තර දෙන්න. Now unfortunately I rubbed the questions on the board. Board එකේ තිබිච්ච ප්‍රශ්න ටික මම මැකුවානේ. Activity 8 වලට අදාළව. Then the question should be there. Then you have to give the answer. Now please tell me about the first question we wrote in activity 8. Activity 8 වල අපි කරපු පළවෙනි ප්‍රශ්නේ කියන්න බලන්න පුතේ. අහපු පළවෙනි ප්‍රශ්නේ. What was the first question?
Where was the competition held?
Where was the competition held? Yes, very good. What's the answer? Answer එකක් හදමු. It was
In the
held at,
playground?
yes,
In the playground?
in the playground. එහෙම නැත්නම් it was held at Sivali grounds. Right, like that. Now that is activity 9. Now these were the answers that you have to give. Activity 9. It was held at Sivali grounds. Grounds. That is not ground, that should be grounds. And the second answer, second question. What was the second question?
Who took you to the competition?
Who took you to the competition? Very good. Then what is Mudalikhami's answer?
My sports teacher.
My sports teacher. That's the short answer. Good. Number 3. What was the third question?
When was it held?
Yes.
When was it held?
When was it held? Then you can say it was held last Monday. It was held last Monday. Now these were the answers. Number 4. What was the fourth question? Question number 4. Give me the question.
Which
Question.
contestant won the second place?
Who won the second place? Then you can say the boy from Dutugamunu Mahavidyalaya won the second place. A boy from Dutugamunu Mahavidyalaya. A boy from Dutugamunu Mahavidyalaya. That's enough. That is short answer. Number 5. What was the fifth question?
Which event did you participate in?
Which event did you participate in? What's the answer then?
The 1300 meters.
Under 1300 meters. Very good. Under 1300 meters. Good. Number 6. What is
Why
the
was
sixth?
you look scared?
Why were
Why was you? Why were
yes.
you look scared?
Right, very good. Because there were a lot of crowd. There was a lot of crowd in the playground. Because there was a crowd of people. Because there was a crowd of people. And the other one, number 7. Number 7.
Did you
How
came
did
back
you
home?
win?
Yes.
How
Back
did
home?
you win?
When
How
did
did
you
you
come
win?
back home?
When did you come back
How
home?
did you win?
Yes. What are the answers? I came back home at 7 o'clock. Like that. Then those
How
are
did
the.
you win?
Yes.
How did you win?
How did you
Win.
win? Yes. I won in a very beautiful way and I showed my colors like that. You have to write down these answers to the questions which you formed in the previous activity. හොඳයි පුතා. ලියා ගන්න අවශ්‍යයි කියලා හිතනවා නම් මේක ලියා ගන්න පුතේ. ඔයගොල්ලොත් ලියලා ඇති උත්තර ටික. Right. Now that is for activity 9. Now let's get today's lesson. Today we have to learn a very nice lesson and then you will be able to write answers to those questions at home. Then may I mute your microphones in order to explain the lesson? Good. Now today we have to learn this lesson, activity 11, the history of footwear. Nowadays, each and every person wear shoes or slippers. Now there are no barefooters. Now in the past, the people didn't wear those shoes and slippers, but the shoes have got a great history. Now our ancient kings also have worn the shoes, and the queens also, they wore shoes and slippers. Now before that, now there you find evidence of using these slippers and shoes. Now 40,000 years ago, people used to wear these types of shoes, but today you find these models, but in the past you found these types of shoes and slippers. Then I am going to read and explain the lesson. Listen carefully. The history of footwear. Historically, shoes were worn primarily for protection. According to archaeological evidence, experts believe that shoes were invented about 40,000 years ago. However, it was not until some time later that footwear was worn by people frequently. Now let's explain it like this. Historically, shoes were worn primarily for protection. Primarily means මූලික වශයෙන්, for protection. ආරක්ෂාව පිණිස තමයි ඒවා පැළඳුවේ. According to archaeological evidence, experts believe that shoes were invented about 40,000 years ago. The shoes were invented. Now in archaeology, you find those evidences. However, it was not until some time later that footwear was worn by people frequently. Now we frequently wear those shoes and slippers. Now the second paragraph. It is hard to imagine a time before the invention of shoes. Yet, what started as a practical venture grew into a varied, booming industry. Though all shoes share basic characteristics, their coloring, materials, and designs have transformed drastically over thousands of years. Get the meaning then? It is hard to imagine. It is hard to imagine. හිතන්නත් අමාරුයි. Before the invention of shoes, the time before the invention of shoes, yet what started as a practical venture. Now it is a venture now. That means that's a business. Practical venture grew into varied booming industry. Booming industry means developing industry. Day by day, the shoemaking is a developing industry. Though all shoes share basic characteristics. Characteristics ලක්ෂණ basic මූලික ලක්ෂණ එහෙම තියෙනවා සරෙප්පු සපත්තු වල. මොකද ඉතින් ඒවා දාන්නේ කකුල් වලටනේ පුතේ නේද? Though all shoes share basic characteristics, their coloring, materials and designs have transformed drastically. Drastically උග්‍ර ලෙස හිතා ගන්න බැරි විදිහට ඒවා transform වෙනස් වෙලා තියෙනවා, මාරු වෙලා තියෙනවා over thousands of years. Now the next paragraph, paragraph number 3. The earliest shoes were made of soft leather. They resembled either sandals or moccasins. In the early 19th century, women's and men's shoes finally began to differ from one another in style, color, heel, and toe shape. During this era, shoes were made straight, meaning that there was no differentiation between left and right shoes. Now, what does the writer want to tell us by writing these types of sentences? The earliest shoes were made of soft leather. They resembled either sandals or moccasins. Moccasins means මු르දු හැමෙන් හදපු සපත්තු. Resemble. ඒ වගේ පේනවා. දැන් අද කාලේ තියෙන සපත්තු වලට සමානව තිබුණේ ඒ දවස්වල. In the early 19th century, women's and men's shoes finally began to differ from one another. But in the 19th century, the people began to manufacture shoes especially for men and especially for women. Now, when you go to a shoe shop, you find men's shoes in a separate place and women's shoes in another separate place. But in the past, there were no shoes only for men or only for women. All the men and women wore the same types of shoes. But in the 19th century, the manufacturers made shoes especially for men and especially for women. Finally began to differ from one another in style, color, and heel. Right? Now, in women's shoes, the color and shape and heel. Heel means nowadays the women wear these types of shoes. කොහොමද බස් එකේදී මේකට ඇනුනොත් එහෙම නේද? Right? Now, after 19th century, these shoes became into the society. And nowadays, women wear these types of shoes. Then color, style, heel, and toe shape. Toe shape, ඇඟිලි වලට දාන්න තියෙන shape එක. And the other one, during this era, shoes were made straight, meaning that there was no differentiation between left and right shoes. Now think that we have to find shoes like this. Right? Now this is for the heel and this is for the toes. Nowadays you find these types of shoes. Now let's think of a pair of slippers. But in the past, the left and right shoes were not there. Now only these types of shoes were there. For left and right. Left and right is there now, but in the past it is not there. Now each and every slipper can be worn using the right leg or a left leg. And the other one, during this era, shoes were made straight, meaning that there was no differentiation between left and right shoes. Now the next one, as the 20th century approached, shoemakers improved comfort by making foot-specific shoes. Foot-specific shoes. පයටම විශේෂිත වෙච්ච සපත්තු සෙරෙප්පු. Now you find sizes. Size number 4, yeah, size number 6, size number 8, 10, like that. Now there is what is called foot-specific shoes. The face of the footwear changed drastically from decade to decade. Decade to decade, දශකයෙන් දශකයට උග්‍ර විදිහට හිතා ගන්න බැරි විදිහට වෙනස් වෙන්න ගත්තා. මේවා හැඩේ එහෙම. This was due to the technological advances that made the shoemaking process simpler. Technological advances. තාක්ෂණික දියුණුව තමයි මේකට හේතු වුනේ. Now the next paragraph. In the early 70s, platform shoes and wedges were popular among women. Though they became less so in the 80s and 90s, men's shoes trends, however, were mostly static, as the types such as Oxford, leather shoes that fasten with lace, and loafers, leather shoes that you can wear without fastening them, remained the dominant styles. Now let's think of the men's shoes. Now women's shoes, when we think of the women's shoes, they differ from one another. But when you think of the shoes worn by the men, no, there are only two types. What are those two types? Oxford. That is not the university. විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයක් නෙමෙයි පුතේ Oxford කිව්වේ. Oxford leather of Oxford means leather shoes that fasten with lace. Lace දාලා ගැට ගහන සපත්තු වලට අපි කියනවා Oxford කියලා. Lace නැතුව දාගෙන යන්නේ. Then we call them loafers. Right? As the 20th century approached, the shoemakers improved comfort by making foot-specific shoes. Now we learned this one. And the other one, in the early 70s. Now, the last paragraph in page number 52. In the early 70s, platform shoes and wedges. Wedges, paturuwage sereppu. Platform, us samatalai, venasak naha, were popular among women, though they became less so in the 80s and 90s. 1800 ගණන් වල 1900 ගණන් වල එහෙම චුට්ටක් වෙනස් වෙන්න ගත්තා. Men's shoes trends, however, were mostly static. Static වෙනස් වුන්නේ. පිරිමින්ගේ සෙරප්පු සපත්තු වෙනස් වුන්නේ. ඒකේ විදිහට තියෙනවා. As the types such as Oxford leather shoes that fastening with leather and loafers leather shoes that you can wear without fastening them remain the dominant styles. Dominant. ප්‍රධාන styles වෙලා තිබුණේ අන්න ඒවා. පිරිමි අයගේ සපත්තු වල. Now the next one. Though men's shoe styles remain relatively unchanged, women's shoes made dramatic changes in their appearance. Women's shoes. කාන්තාවන්ගේ සෙරප්පු සපත්තු නම් ගොඩාරියක් වෙනස් වෙන්න ගත්තා. Then you find the shapes and sizes of the shoes. And the other one, women's shoes became arched. Arched. ආරුක්කු හැඩයට එහෙම එන්න ගත්තා. Arched. Right, arched. Then the other one, women's shoes became arched, sophisticated, වැඩි දියුණු කර සෙරප්පු, sophisticated, and were made to highlight the foot. පාදයට හොඳ ලස්සනක් අරන් දෙන්න එහෙම සපත්තු තිබුණා. The heels grew narrower and narrower as time progressed. Narrower and narrower. Heel became narrow. At present, the footwear industry has become a thriving business. Thriving business. Developing business, thriving business. There are many advantages in footwear industry. Has become a thriving business. If footwear trends continue in this fashion, we can expect the shoes of the future to be even more out of this world. Out of this world? හරිම වචනේ තමයි ඔය ළමයි කියන්නේ ලොවෙත් නෑ කියලා. ආන් ඒ වගේ දේවලුත් ඒ අනාගතේ. Now you know that there are shoes, air conditioned shoes are there. Then when you wear those things, it is very comfortable like that. Then you have to complete this flow chart. Complete the flow chart at home. Now this is the activity that you find. And the other one from the workbook. Then you have to complete this flow chart. Then after that, from the workbook, you have to do up to activity number 5. Workbook. Workbook up to activity 5. Now this is from the workbook, and from the pupils book you find the flow chart. Kalim Satahan. Then you have to do those things. Then have you got any questions to ask? Then I am going to unmute your microphones again. What are the questions that you want to ask? Yes, Puta? Have you got questions?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, Puta?
I have got a question, sir.
Yes, Puta, what's the question that you have got?
Sir, I can remember you gave a speech before the third wave of COVID.
Yes,
What
Puta,
about
yes.
it?
Yes.
Are you get it
yes,
is online or?
Right. Now we can get that speech online. Then are you ready with it? Are you ready? Then I asked you to practice to deliver that speech. Very good, very good. You got it in your mind and you practice it. Then we have to deliver that speech online. Now the online speeches are there. Then will you be able to deliver that speech, Putala? Are you ready? Yes, then I can put marks to your speeches. Now from next week onwards, we will be able to get it. Now one by one, you have to deliver that speech. Are you ready then? Yes. Right. You must be ready to deliver that speech online. Right. Good, good. Now it's over. Now your next online class will be held on next Thursday at this time. It's enough for the day then. I wish you a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yes, welcome, Puta.